I'm so excited to introduce to you something that I've been wearing and loving for some time now, and I think you will too. For me, when I braid or teach or go throughout my day, style and comfort are a tie for my number one priority. And that's why I love Clove shoes. I mean, you can't spell clove without love. That's CLOVE. And they started making sneakers for the healthcare workers like nurses who need good support for long shifts on their feet. Same as in beauty and with creators, right? You're on your feet on the go all the time. And that's what these shoes are for. They're also waterproof and they wipe clean, so there's no worries about spills or stains from any products you use. And on top of that, they're super cute. And there's so many colors for you to choose from, so it'll go with any look you have. I'd love for you to try a pair, so I've got an offer code for you. Visit goclove.com/Karen and use code CloveKaren. That's Clove, then my name, KARYNE, for 20% off your first pair. You might start collecting them like I do. That's Clove Karen for 20% off your first shoe order at goclove.com/Karen. Welcome to the Art of Braids. I'm your host, Karen Tenord, and I am super excited about the topic that we're going to be talking about. It is about braids in motion, how braids, fitness, and affirmations shape confidence and identity. And today I have a special guest, but before we get into introducing the wonderful guest, I'm not going to say it yet, but just me being in general with like beauty and on a wellness journey, making sure that my hair is like braided and working with models, and like I am like big on like hair care for everyone, especially when you're trying to better yourself physically. I feel like a lot of people forget about that, but I'd be like, okay, if I'm working out, I'm wearing cornrows, or I got box braids, or I got some kind of protective style, because of course you're going to be sweating, and then product wise. So that's a little bit thing. I'm just going to go right into it. Welcome to the Art of Braids, Leah Eber. Thank you so much, Leah, for joining us and having this conversation with us. Please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about what you do, and how your journey and my journey connect. But yeah.
Yes, of course, Karen. Thank you so much for having me. I'm a model, a professional model, and I also own a health and fitness company where I'm a personal trainer, health and wellness coach, and nutrition coach. So that's my business. It's called Life with Leah, and we connected through hair through another company called New Village Braid, which supplies eco-friendly hair that's also PVC free, hypoallergenic, fast dry, and recyclable.
Perfect. Thank you so much again. And I feel like
Yes.
when we met, it was just kind of like, oh, it was it was very aligned. We even wore the same thing. So please look out for the photos in the future, near future, on our collab and content. But let's get into the topic at hand. And so with braids and confidence, right? You've built an
Mhm.
inspiring career as a model, top wellness and fitness instructor, and author. How have braids played a role in your journey of self-expression and confidence?
That's a great question. Braids are one of my favorite, if not my favorite hairstyle to wear for multiple reasons. Just being a Black woman in general, not only is it a sense of expression, but it's a sense of creativity, because I feel like the sky's the limit, whether it's adding beads, adding designs. I love the Fulani braids, and I love also the shells too. I love the shell trend. It's just a beautiful way to express myself as a woman, and it's also a really good protective style. Being so active, doing a lot of sweating, it is really important for me to wear a good protective style that's going to protect my natural hair. So for me, it's just really been the best of both worlds. I love my braids.
I love Okay, so now model, like the modeling career and braids and how it connects. As a model, how have you found the experience has been when it comes to the treatment of your hair during shoots, shows, and everything in between? And like, what would you want to see improve, change, stay the same?
I I've been surprised at how receptive people have been to braids, especially from a creative standpoint. There's so many things in modeling that you don't really get a say in. You're kind of amused for somebody else. But it's just beautiful when people can, look at, just use a person and say, okay, like, I love it, I like it. We're going to make it work. They're going to work around you as opposed to creating, you and turning you into, whatever the idea is. So I feel like I've had a pretty positive reception to braids, and I also feel like everyone knows it is a little easier too, right? If you need to put your hair up, you can put your hair up. If you need to have it down, you can have it down, as opposed to taking more of the time to work with a more natural hairstyle. So I think that there is definitely a better appreciation for it creatively in the fashion and modeling world.
I agree. I agree. I see more and more uh people who look like the type of models that are actually like doing the hair. Because
Mhm.
I've heard the complaints of like models where it's like it's just kind of like they don't know what they're doing with certain textures.
Right.
Flat iron it too high or anything like that because they don't understand like
Hmm.
fine hair versus coarse hair, and what it can actually take. So I'm just glad that it's improving on that side because models, yes, they are just there to kind of like, you know, the experience, but I think it's really important to include them in like the entire thing because if they're happy and not worried about, oh my God, what my hair is going to look like after this entire event, like they're like, oh, okay, they actually put right products. They did, they wasn't yanking my, I don't have a headache. Like they perform better. Like models perform better when they're
Hmm.
taken care of. So okay. So we're gonna move
Yeah.
on to the next question, which is the braid
Yeah.
experience. Um,
Yeah.
as someone who's worked closely with New Village Braid, all right.
Right.
Um,
Right.
you've seen firsthand how transformative braids can be with so many people, like from the allergic reactions that people have had, and also how
Mhm.
people are receiving this new concept of non-toxic and eco-friendly hair,
Mhm.
which is still recyclable, but not only for that brand, but it'll take anything and that does not break down in sanitation sites. And it's very conscious, environmentally conscious. Can you share a memorable experience where braiding empowered you or someone you've worked with?
Mm. I think I'm really big on expression. So for me, like our hair is just an expression of who we are. It's an amazing way to express kind of what we're feeling on the inside. For me, with movement, if you think of, like being a dancer or even dancing, the movement I feel, the braids on my back and, they're swinging from the front to the back. And it's really just a feeling of freedom for me. Freedom to just kind of let my hair down, freedom to wear it creatively. So it's kind of for me an extension of myself is what I feel when I wear my braids.
I love how you said extension of yourself, with the
Yeah.
extensions.
Yeah.
It
Oh, there wasn't a pun intended. Yes.
wasn't? Oh, okay. Well, it just flew. It was perfect.
That's good. That's good though.
Yeah, I feel like you can do so much with braids, like especially once it's protected.
Mhm.
Like it's like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll go to sleep. You might fall asleep because you're tired, and it's just like I got my braids, so I'm not worried about waking up in the morning and having to run and go style my hair, all that. It's just like, oh,
Right.
my hair's already done, right? That
Right.
is gone. And if you do,
Yeah.
what is it? Early workouts, stuff like that, and you wake up early, like
Mhm.
it's such a convenience. It's like, oh my
It
God.
is.
It's
It's a security too. Like for me, when I have my braids, like you're saying, like you're explaining, it's like your hair is done. It's worry free, right? It's worry free. It's low maintenance, but yet you're expressing yourself creatively. And there's that security, meaning you know that it's pretty much always going to look good, right? If you keep up with it. So it's just really about feeling put together and just, being able to creatively express. And it's a great feeling because when you feel good, you kind of move through the day, you move through the world better.
yeah, couldn't have said it perfectly any better because yeah, if my hair's not done, I'm
Mm-mm.
miserable.
Right, it affects everything. It really does.
Okay, so now with affirmations and hair care, right? Your book,
Mhm.
Chocolate Affirmations, and congratulations on being a published author. It's all about self-love. How do you think hair care, particularly braiding, connects with self-affirmation and personal
Mhm.
empowerment?
That's a great question, Karen. I feel like what I want other people to know who are watching this is how you wear your hair, how you choose to wear your hair is beautiful. Whether that's braids, whether it's natural. It, like I said before, it is an extension of you. So I encourage people to just be proud of their hair and the skin that they're in wearing their hair and just not being afraid to be creative with it, not being afraid to wear your hair however you want no matter what that looks like, because that is always going to be beautiful.
Amen. Yep. Okay. So there you go. That's
Always.
a chocolate affirmation right there. Your hair will always be beautiful as long as it's on your head, basically. Like it's you, it's a part of you, it's an
Yeah.
extension of you.
Yeah, we all wear our crowns in a different way, and every way is acceptable, every way is valid, every way is beautiful.
Okay. Okay. So since you said we all wear our crowns
Yeah, that was intentional.
different, okay. Behind me, you can actually see one of the crowns that I made made with New Village braid hair. I was like, let me just add it to let me have it in the background. But it was just fun creating it and knowing the type of hair, like what the brand stands for, um, and that it's a part of the crown. Like, it's a crown and we're talking about um wellness and to have something made from something
Mhm.
that is changing the narrative around braiding hair. It's it's like a statement. So yeah, so that was just like the debut. I'm like, okay, segment.
It's beautiful. You did an amazing job.
Thank you. All right, now back.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
um we're gonna talk about cultural and wellness connection in both fitness and beauty, routine and discipline play a huge role in like actually achieving your goals. Do you see the
Yes.
parallel between maintaining a healthy lifestyle and maintaining protective styles like braids?
Mhm.
How do they complement each other in a self-care journey? I
Mm.
guess that's going to be a little bit more in depth in the discipline part.
Yeah. So I think with as far as maintenance and taking care of yourself from a wellness perspective, how we take care of ourselves impacts everything else in our lives. How we take care of ourselves, even how we talk to ourselves and how we feel when we look in the mirror. So everything kind of works off of one another as far as our hair, taking care of our hair, even though it's a protective style, we still have to maintain and take care of it, wash and condition and hydrate, all of those things. Same is true with health and wellness and fitness. We have to hydrate our body in order and nourish it in order for it to work the best. Um, so for me, I kind of look at health and fitness as a mind, body, soul. I don't just look at it as one entity because I feel that it's really a journey on the inside out.
It is. It is like you like, oh, I'm just gonna do what like you gotta really like, am I gonna do what I said I was gonna do and I'm gonna stick to it? And it's hard, like you really have to change your mindset first and everything else
Mhm.
follows. And especially like with me, I'll tell my clients, like, okay, did you like grease your scalp, make sure that like you trim your ends, things like that. And they're like, I'm like, when was the last time you or I'll be like, take out your hair, like if it's like 2 months, and I'm like on social media, like they still and it's like 3 months. I'm like, take it out. And they're like, oh my God, I just never had time. It's like you have to take care of yourself because like
Yeah.
you'll end up regretting it. Like, you'll be like, I did so much work to improve myself, whether it's physical or like
Hmm.
in the beauty art or area.
Yeah.
And when you do something that's like when you start slacking and not
Hmm.
like taking it seriously, it's just like we undo everything that we strive so hard to like get and achieve. So
Hmm.
yeah, but I know it's tough though. It's like, oh my God,
Right.
gotta get up, work out, stretch, like oh
Yes, no, you're right, Karen. It's about consistency. I always tell people who ask me what to do as far as consistency, like how do I become better? I always say you can't ever do anything once and be great at it. That's impossible, right? We become great because we practice and because we're consistent. That's really what it takes every
yeah,
day.
that's so true. But somebody else do it. No, like you really,
Somebody-
it's the, it's the journey. It really is. And
It
so,
is.
so the last few questions that I have is just kind of like to get to know you a little bit better.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna go into it. It's what's something people are surprised to learn about you? Um, what is a book that you would recommend, and how can people support and find you on social media? Like,
Okay. I'll start with the first one. Something people are surprised to know about me is I'm an amateur chef, self-taught. Growing up, my mom, she's an amazing cook. I call her like my iconic like Martha Stewart mom. Like growing up, she would always cook and we would have like dinner parties and she would just make it fun and from a young age she would let me help. Like I remember being like 5 and helping her cook. And that's just something that was really special because it's like, kind of attached to her hip, watching her lead the way. And then as I got older, I made it a mission to create delicious food, but that was healthy. So I really enjoy recreating my favorite foods that are unhealthy and turning them healthy.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. Okay. All right. It makes sense.
Mhm.
It's on brand, but it's like you want to take
Yeah.
that with you, your person, growing up, like I'm gonna still keep the legacy, mom. Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Next is what book would you recommend?
I would recommend my book, Chocolate Affirmation.
And you can tell us a little bit about,
Chocolate.
yeah, chocolate affirmations and like what actually got you to write that book and how
Yeah.
have you seen it like helping people?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, you look back at life and you think, why did I do that? Or I can never see myself doing that. I'm telling you right now, I never ever thought I would ever write a book. That's not something I ever saw myself doing. And it didn't actually start out that way. It started out as a bunch of journal entries that I had. Um, a lot of just, thoughts that I had inside my heart and my mind. And, I'm a writer, so I just wrote them in my journal. I shared some of them with my mom, and she was encouraging me to turn it into a book because she thought it would be inspirational and empowering for other women. So that's what I did. I never saw myself being that vulnerable with the world, especially creatively. There can be so much scrutiny and so much judgment, and it's something that means so much to you. But what motivated me was that other women would look at it and read it and feel confident and feel empowered and feel motivated to also be able to express themselves.
I love that. Oh, your mom is really like she's she's in every like part of like I guess your career journey, like very supportive. So I really,
Yes.
really love that. Okay. Sometimes it really doesn't start off as like you're intended. It just kind of like blossoms into something else. You're like, what is this? Like,
Yeah.
it's like
Yes.
but that's how discipline and consistency works, where you start to develop it and it's just like, oh, it's actually it could go bigger. It could get, this is what it turns into. So congratulations on the success of everything.
Thank
And
you.
last but not least, you're welcome. Last but not least, how can people support and find you on social media or
Yeah,
on the net?
on the net. So I'm mostly active on Instagram. My book handle is Chocolate Affirmations on Instagram, and then my health and fitness page is Life with Leah Fitness. So you can reach out to me there. You can send me an email. It's leah@lifewithleah.co or my website, which is www.lifewithleah.co.
Perfect. So y'all hear it here. Please connect with Leah. And all the things that she's doing. So chocolate affirmations, her fitness, coaching, and of course her modeling, because we didn't forget about that. So um, thank you so much. You're listening to the Art of Braids podcast. I'm your host, Karen Tenord, and you are sitting with myself and Leah Eber.
Thank you. Thank you.